Whereas in our film, Tony Kushner's done a beautiful job about giving real context to what is going on in these communities. And you understand the violence, and that's the tragedy of it, is that if they'd only sit down and have a conversation, perhaps, you know, there could be a lot less needless killing.
Hello, Ariana, Rachel, and David. Thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure to talk to you and to talk about West Side Story. No, I feel like I got emotional because it's so beautiful, it's so fantastic, so gigantic. So thank you so much. So I'm going to start with you, Ariana. We are fans of the original movie, the musical and everything. Did you feel any self-pressure, any pressure to give us the perfect performance?
Oh, well, I'm a huge fan of the 61 film myself. Of course, there's always little pressure when you know you're stepping into very large shoes. I'm a huge fan of Rita Moreno, you know, and Chita Rivera for that matter. So I just focused on, you know, bringing something new to the character to, you know, make her different, a woman in her own right. But I won't say there wasn't a sensible amount of pressure, more so now, I think, than when we were making the film. But I'm very proud to be a part of the legacy of the many great Anitas that the world has seen. And I really hope people enjoy it.
Amazing, amazing. Rachel, for you, like we see like the accents are a really big part of the movie. What was a challenge for you to put this right, like to get us right to the perfect accent?
You know, so much effort went in from so many people to cultivate all of our accents very differently, because the truth is there's not one accent for every single person in our cast. There's a whole array of different accents. So our wonderful team led by Tom Jones, Victor Cruz, Julio Monge, and then tons more in post-production worked together to create specific accents for our characters' backstory. So me, for instance, Maria has been in the States for only 4 months, so she's very new to the States. Therefore, her accent might be a little bit thicker. She might stumble on her words in English a little bit more. And that also influenced the way she spoke Spanish, the different slang that she used. And it also depended on how old she was, and she's 18, and all of those things. So, you know, it was a challenge because it was constant evolution and constant learning, I think, on all fronts and for everyone in the cast, whether you were a jet or a shark. But the team worked tirelessly, and I think the end product is pretty fantastic.
Yes. And David, for you, like the dance scenes are very gigantic. They are like beautiful, all of them. I cannot pick a favorite one. I would like to know if you have a favorite one, and how was like to perform that in a big screen, like, because I think it's a little different from a theater, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think my favorite number to dance was probably America, just because we got to go out into the street and kind of like unite the whole Puerto Rican community, and it was just a lot of energy. It was really beautiful. And also we were very lucky to have, you know, Justin Peck as our choreographer, because he really emphasized our strengths, and he wanted to make sure that we could kind of shine through our strengths. So it was just a really great experience.
Yeah. And Ariana, what do you think, like, we are representing everybody as Latinos on this big screen, and what do you think people are gonna learn from this new like elegant update of West Side Story?
Well, one of the things I love so much about our film is that it's incredibly socially aware. You know, I think the 61 film is a beautiful, beautiful movie, but I don't know that folks really understood why the Jets and the Sharks were arguing and fighting. Whereas in our film, Tony Kushner's done a beautiful job about giving real context to what is going on in these communities. And you understand the violence, and that's the tragedy of it, is that if they'd only sit down and have a conversation, perhaps, you know, there could be a lot less needless killing. That's one of the many things that I think you get to see or understand with our film. What else do you guys think?
I think another thing that it goes into depth with is what it's like to migrate, be an immigrant, and kind of adapt to a new lifestyle, a new language, a new culture, and try to assimilate to that. And it, you know, again, Tony Kushner does an
Tony
incredible
Kushner.
job to kind of bring that truth out, bring that version out. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of powerful messages that are kind of really shown and taking a front seat in this version.
And you get to really know these characters. All of our main characters are expanded, so you get to know their motives, what makes them tick, what their background is a little more than you got to see in the 61 film. Our Maria is incredibly well-rounded and dynamic. And I just think people are gonna fall in love with every single one of them. You understand what's going on in their hearts and minds in a way.
Care.
And you
You actually care about what
care.
happens to them.
By the end of the film, your heart is breaking for every single person involved in the story. And I think that's what makes for a masterpiece, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I just want to thank you guys so much for your time. It's a pleasure to talk to you. A lot of success, and I know everybody's already watching West Side Story and movie theaters that is already available. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Muito obrigada.
Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much.
having
Thank
us.
you.
If you like this video, don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe to our channel right here.